This is Inside Blazer Baseball with head coach Brian Shoop.
Hi Blazer fans, welcome to Inside Blazer Baseball. I'm here with head coach Brian Shoop to talk a little bit about what's going on for UAB Baseball in the past few weeks. We've had about 8 or 9 games since we last talked to you. Let's talk a little bit about last weekend's tournament, the Coastal Carolina Classic. It was a great hitting week for the guys. They posted the most hits and most runs this season with a 15-4 win over UConn, and it was great for the pitching staff as well. Ben Bullard even had a record of 15 strikeouts in just one game. So tell us a little bit about that tournament for the guys.
Well, we had a great offensive day in one day and a very disappointing offensive day on 2 of the 3 days. Baseball is, since we met last, I think we had, the first week after we met, we went 4-1. I think this past week we went 1-3. There's so many cliches, sayings about baseball, and they're really all true. Baseball is a humbling game. Either you're humble or you will be humbled. And so you've got to stay humble and keep working and keep pressing. Baseball's a roller coaster. College baseball season is a roller coaster where there will be some highs that we try to tell our guys, don't pat yourself on the back too much, and there's going to be some lows, and we tell them don't get too down, get back to work. Baseball is a game of failure, is an incredibly profound cliche, which is why I think it's such an amazing preparation for life, and why we try to encourage our guys to, during the times where it knocks you in the mouth, to embrace adversity, as opposed to sulking or feeling sorry for yourself. To embrace it, because that's where you can grow the most and get the strongest. And then another one is there's such a fine line between winning and losing. So you mentioned the big offensive output on Friday. That really wasn't as good as what it looked. We had some seeing eye hits early, balls that were not hit well, that just found holes, but it got us on a roll, got their starter out of the game, got into middle relief, and we were able to kind of cruise. The second day we played Michigan, we scorched some balls early, right on the button, much better hit balls than we hit that ended up being base hits against UConn, but they were right at people. So consequently, we don't score. Their starters able to settle in, and we aren't able to get an offense going. Midway through that game, we got a runner at third, 1 out. Harry Clark hits a ball as hard as Harry Clark can hit a ball, but right at the right fielder. 5 feet either way, it's a double. Here we go again. But it's not right at him. So, I told our guys that wasn't as bad as what it seemed. Sunday at Coastal Carolina, we got guys on third, less than 2 outs, inning 1 and 2, a ground ball in the middle of the field, a fly out, either case. We're up 2-0, and hey, maybe we're rolling again. Line out to third, get doubled off a third, a pop up instead of a ground ball out, so we don't score, and it changes the course of the game. Had we won one of those 2 and win 2 out of 3 in the weekend, like we had done the weekend before against Penn State, same approach. Strong practice work ethic today, relentless effort, get better, get after Jacksonville State tomorrow. Conference play begins this weekend.
We'll return with more Inside Blazer Baseball right after this.
Blazers fans want Blazers gear, and the #1 place for UAB Blazers merchandise is at UABsports.com. With over 400 Blazers items, including sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, and more, UABsports.com has the greatest selection you'll find anywhere. You'll also get great customer service, 365-day hassle-free returns, and $5.99 flat rate shipping on every order. So when you need UAB Blazers gear, head to UABsports.com.
Hi Blazer fans, welcome back to Inside Blazer Baseball. I'm here with senior pitcher Dillon Napoleon from Illinois. Dillon, you only gave up 1 run against Penn State and 0 runs against UConn in a 15-4 win in the Coastal Carolina Classic. Tell us about that.
Really just getting back to the basics ever since Utah, just filling up the zone and letting the defense work for me, and really just dealing with my strengths and filling up the zone with the changeup.
Well, Coach Shoop always talks about your composure behind on the mound and never letting anything really affect you and just pressing forward. And it seems like you did that in both of these games. So tell us a little bit about how you do that and how you maintain that composure.
I try to just not let anything affect me and just keep just being behind the mound just makes me comfortable, and being on the mound is where I'm most comfortable at, really, in anything. And just like I said earlier, letting the defense work behind me. And I know Coach Shoop does a lot of things with the infielders, and they're always going to get my back.
That's good to have that behind you.
Yes.
Well, we've got our first home conference series this weekend coming up, March 23rd through 25th here at Young Memorial, and we're hosting Marshall. Tell us a little bit about the weather last time we played Marshall and how you're hoping it's going to be a little different this time.
Yeah, last year was first pitch of the conference game. It was snowing, and definitely let me feel a little more like at home. But I'm taking in this weather. It's really nice to be here, and it'll just those games mean a little more just because they're conference and we play them every year. So we got a good scouting report. They got a good scouting report on us, but we feel comfortable where we're at right now.
We're hoping for a good series this weekend and hoping for a sweep over the Thundering Herd. Thank you, Dillon, for your time and coming out and talking to us, and we'll be right back with more.
Inside Blazer Baseball returns right after this.
Tickets are on sale now for the much anticipated matchup between UAB and Alabama, set for Tuesday, March 27th at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are $10 for adults and $6 for kids. It's UAB versus Alabama at Regions Park, Tuesday, March 27th. First pitch is set for 6:30 p.m. To purchase your tickets, call 205-975-UAB1 or visit uabsports.com.
Welcome back to Inside Blazer Baseball. I'm here with sophomore outfielder Ivan De Jesus from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Ivan, tell us a little bit about your batting skills. You're leading the team with your batting average and as well as your steals, and you've gone almost 400 in the last 10 games. What's your mindset when you step up to the plate to produce those kind of numbers?
Well, I try to relax as much as I can. Coach always talks about having a routine, having the same approach, and that's what I've been trying to do, you know, stay back, let the ball get deep. That's all I think about, and the more I see the ball travel, the easier it's going to be to hit it.
What's that like to have those numbers as a sophomore too, and to be posting leadership numbers as a young age?
It feels good. I'm just trying to help out my team as much as I can, you know, help my pitchers out, and it feels good that I get to, you know, help them out.
Absolutely. So we've got Jacksonville State away Wednesday night, and then we have Alabama next week at Regions Park. Tell us a little bit about your mindset going into those games and what the team feels they need to do at both of those places. That should be really fun,
but nothing should change though. We're always trying to play a game our way, you know. Not concentrate on who we're playing, but just concentrate on what the things that we need to do to be successful. You know, our pitching staff has been doing amazing, and we just need to keep a good job as hitters to try to help them as much as we can.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you all the best in the upcoming games, and we appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us.
Thank you.
We'll return with more Inside Blazer Baseball right after this.
Blazer fans, baseball season is here, and 2012 season tickets are now on sale for just $30. You get 30 games for $30. Plus, your season ticket includes admission to the UAB Alabama game at Regions Park, or bring the whole family to enjoy Blazer baseball with family season ticket packages starting at only $75. Purchase your UAB baseball season tickets today. Call 975-UAB1 or log on to uabsports.com.
Well, the guys have been on a road for about a week now, and right now is a spring break for the rest of the UAB students. Does that have an effect on the guys' mindset, physically or mentally, or what does that do to them?
Well, I don't know. It shouldn't, because it's an honor and a privilege to be able to play Division I baseball. Only 2% of high school players play at this level, so what a select group they're in to have the privilege of being able to play. What better way to spend a spring break than working to get better and competing against outside institutions. Gosh, if they don't feel that way, they need to be doing something else. I know I feel that way, and I'm thrilled to compete with them. So a little bit of a respite from the academic side. Although we had 2 kids take a makeup test this morning on Tuesday at 8:30 of a spring break. I know we got guys writing papers this week, so it's just part of the grind. But again, to me, it's more of a privilege than it is a requirement. And what a privilege to represent UAB and the school that we love and are proud of. And this week we do it against Jacksonville State 2 times tomorrow, and then we open conference against Marshall this weekend.
Well, tell us a little about going into those games. Like you just mentioned, Jacksonville State, we're actually making up some innings from another game that had a rain delay, weather issues. Then we've got the first home conference series matchup against Marshall this weekend. And then we go straight into next week playing Alabama at Regions Park. There's a lot going on in a week, and tell us what we're looking forward to there.
Well, a lot goes on every week, and you just keep the grind going. Nothing special. We have the game and a half tomorrow where we pick up that game in the 6th inning. And we're actually up 6-5 with runners at first and third, 1 out. So we got an opportunity right out of the chute to expand the lead, but nothing comes easy. Then we've got the full regulation game tomorrow. So pitching depth again, gets stretched tomorrow with the doubleheader on Wednesday, and then the conference begins. And this is a phenomenal college baseball conference. Baseball's our best sport, and that's not a knock against another sport. It's just what we rate the highest in. We've rated as the 4th top conference in the country. We live in the middle of SEC country, which is of course a great baseball conference. But I don't know whether people know this or not. Last year, Conference USA and the SEC matched up head-to-head 29 times last year. Conference USA won 15, SEC won 14. So this is a heck of a league, and our league's off to a good start in the non-conference again this year. Every weekend is incredibly competitive. An unbelievable fine line between winning and losing. It really comes down to a key pitch, a key hit. I'm sure this weekend will too. But we like our club. We know our guys will get after it, and we're always glad to start a weekend with Dillon and Napoleon on the mound, and both throwing great on the weekends, as you mentioned, and Michael is outstanding. Gives us a great chance on Sundays. We just have to put a full game together. When we do, we're winning. When we don't, we're losing. So we keep the grind going. And you mentioned Alabama next week. That's fun. It's at Regions Park. It traditionally draws a good crowd if the weather's good. So hopefully that'll be the case again. And we've had good success at Regions Park against our in-state rival. And none of these are grudge matches. I like Jacksonville State. I root for them in the OVC. I like Mitch and the crew at Alabama. We root for them in non-conference. It's just a good, fun rivalry. And Marshall is just one of our conference teams that you got to find a way to win half your games. If you do, you're in the tournament with a chance to win it at the end.
Well, Coach, we're looking forward to it all, and we thank you again for taking time out to come talk to us.
You're welcome.
Fans, if you can follow online, UABsports.com, you can follow the Blazers against Jacksonville State tomorrow night at 6:30, and then we hope you come out to Young Memorial Field Friday at 6:30 for the Marshall Series, and next week at Regions Park at 6:30 for the Alabama matchup.
This has been Inside Blazer Baseball with head coach Brian Shoop.